Alright, I finished priming all the parts now because I had to remove all the clips from the charcoal, from the gray parts and other parts that I painted, so I can put it on the white, the off-white, the blue, the red, and the yellow. And I used them all up. Now I want to start painting the white parts first. And I showed off the super white, but I just don't know how super this white is going to be. And when I was looking at it, it has it's not off. It's not eggshell. It's kind of different than what I'm normally using. Luckily I have super cool white, but I don't know if I have enough. Let me see. Oh god, I have very, very little in here. Oh yeah, I have very, very little. But you know what? I'm going to do something that I don't normally do. I'm going to mix it. And I'm not a mixing person. Let's just pour this all in here. Because this paint is done. And let's get a little bit of Mr. Leveling Center. Just so I can get the most out of this bottle. Just get it all out. And pour it in there. Now, this is a little too wet. And this goes into the trash until I buy another bottle. Now, yes, I was thinking. Give me a minute here. I think I made a mistake. That's the cap for this. I was thinking maybe mixing the other paint to this. I just don't know how this looks. Let me see how it looks. Yeah, it does look okay. It looks a little weird though. I don't know why. But I'm going to pour it in here. There we go. So as you can see, that's what it looks like for this color, and that's what that looks like for the other color. Oop, can I do a zoomie? Yeah, as you can see, one's a little more creamier than this one's a little bit more brighter. But we're going to mix these up, because why not? And by the way, these Tamiya stirrers, I've had these forever. I must have had these stirrers. I must have had for nearly maybe 15 years or so. And I know it's like, I think it's a set of 3 or 4, but I got all 3 of them, and I always keep misplacing them. I always think I lose them, and then all of a sudden I find them, and I go, wow, I still have these? Wow, that's kind of cool. Alright, let me do something here for a second. Hold on a second. Alright, let's pour this in here and see how it looks. That's actually not bad. That's really good. Let's take a few parts here for a second. Let's begin. Oh, actually, I haven't even adjusted the camera yet, so... I mean, the positioning of the camera, so let me cover this up, reposition it. Give me a minute here. Alright. Oh, that looks really nice. Also, paint these. By the way, this is the white, the yellow, and the off-white. But I'm going to paint them all white for now. Because I know the yellow will look better if it's been painted white before I paint the yellow. It also acts as a double primer. So that's a good one. Take care of the head. Really nice. Now, like I mentioned before, the yellow parts white as well. Make sure you grab everything because you never know. And then I will paint that yellow. With the red color. I'm gonna paint it white as well, and then I give it a nice red color tone over it. Good. I'm going to continue with the white parts first, get that taken care of. And then, once we get that done, and then whatever paint's remaining, I will then move over to using it on the yellow and the red. So let me finish up here with this. Alright, time for me to paint the yellow. And I'm going to have my prepared yellow paint, which in reality I should buy another bottle because that one's almost done. See how it looks. is done. Let's do this one here. It's nice and bright, especially when you put on, you know, white paint under it. I do have white primer, something that I could use in the future. But since I was painting the whole kit white, I had enough left over for everything. Good. You know, it'd be nice if I could bring this camera a little closer, and I'm going to do that right now. I don't want to, but I do. All right. That looks really nice. Oh yeah, that looks good. I think the final thing I'm going to do is this part. And considering that I finished painting the white parts, I'm going to remove these two. And I'm going to bend this because I'm going to need it for the other color. Oh, it is coming off. Oh, I can put it right there. There we go. Alright, that's good. I have more yellow parts to take care of, so let me finish that up and we'll go on to the next color. Alright, so right now I'm going to be painting the gray parts. It's already painted prime gray, but it needs the painting of the gray, or the light gray as you could say. And I'm not using what I originally was going to use, which was the 307 Dual Blitz Blue Gray. After reviewing and looking at it, I was like, nah, that didn't look right. So I'm going to be using the standard, I'm using this color, 306 Gray, United States Air Force Aircraft Camo, I think it is, semi-gloss. It's a paint that I picked up that I was actually going to use it on actually some model aircraft kits that I have that I've been meaning to paint for a long time. This should be quick. I'm just going to show you a few here. This little part right there that I believe is in the wings. But at least get that out of the way. This is the leg part, which has the section here, and then the little design features that goes right in the calf armor. And then this is the part here that goes in I believe the knees. Yeah, so I'll just take care of that quickly. This will be, I have a few more, just to get that done, get that out of the way. Alright, next up is going to be the blue parts. And I did mention that I was going to use this color. However, when I began to mix it and put it in the tray to put it into the airbrush, I was a bit shocked because it came out like this weird purple tone. And I was like, wait, did the paint curl or turn or something like that? I know sometimes paint goes bad, but does it have to? It's like, why did it turn purple? I mean, I think, granted, I have not used this paint in a long time, and maybe it needs another series of mixtures. But Jesus, I couldn't even fathom painting this thing purple. It would look different. It would look nice, but I would not use it at all. So I pulled out one of the old blue paints that I had already prepared, and we are going to begin painting this in the standard blue color. But first, let's start with this guy right here. Yeah, I was a bit shocked when I saw that, and I would have been dumb enough to begin spraying, and then I would notice notice it that's turning purple, and then I would say, well, maybe if I keep painting, it will turn to blue, and no, that would not be the case. But this one's a little bit more a softer blue tone, and if you do it nice and slow and not eccentric and erratic, it would not look, it would look okay. There we go. See, now that's a blue. That's a nice blue. Let me take care of the little parts here. There we go. Yep, that's taken care of. Good. We have the back skirts. Nice. Let's get this one here done. The parts of the for the wings. Slow, slow. Let's get the other side just in case. You never know. Alright. Yeah, that looks okay. We'll do one more. Something, I believe there's a part for the shield. Let's do this one here. We'll do this. Oh no, this is actually the shoulder armor. Alright, everything looks good. Whoops. Here you go. Alright, we got a few more to go. Let me finish it up, and then we'll do the final one in a moment. The final color in a moment.